With the return of Avatar franchise after a decade, there has been a lot of buzz surrounding the film's previous commercial success and its budget for the sequel, which goes up to $500 million, and that the film must make $2 billion in return to only break even with its production and promotion costs. These are insane numbers. Film is undoubtedly a profitable industry, and it could not have happened without the willingness to take risks of the investors. Despite that companies may invest hundreds of millions of dollars into their films and post-production processing, there is no guarantee that the film is profitable or make enough in return just to break even. And it is evident in so many flop movies that result in major financial losses.
Green!
This does raise the question of how guaranteed it is to invest into films, and why would anyone invest into something as arbitrary as a film with no guaranteed return? To answer the question, we use the power of mathematics to try and see if there is any real correlation between the film budget and its global cross-sales. We then gather the data of the top 500 highest grossing films and then model it by simple linear regression, with the formula being y equals b0 plus b1 multiplied by x, with y being the dependent variable, aka movie's cross-sell, and the x being the independent variable, the movie's budget. After some aggressive codings, we have the results as following. To understand these beautiful charts, we must understand the following values, which are the b0, which is the slope, equals 4.33, and the b1, which is the intercept, equals -2 multiplied by e plus 8. The least square equals 0.288, and the p-value equals 9.07 multiplied by e minus 3. The slope represents the direction of the relationship, whether it is positive or negative. If the slope is larger than 0, the relation is positive. The intercept is not of our concern in this calculation because we do not have any scenario in which x equals 0, as in there is no film that has been made with 0 production budget. The p-value is less than 0.05, so there is a significant relationship between the budget and the cross-sales, which means that the cross-sales is impacted by the budget. The least square represents the strength of the correlation, how much the variation of the dependent variable can be explained by the regression model. In this case, the least square is equal to 0.288, so only 28.8% of the cross-sales can be explained by the budget, but the correlation here is not very strong. This, accompanied by the small p-value, shows that we can further explain the phenomenon with more explanatory variables. Therefore, we can conclude that the relation between film budget and global cross-sales is a weak positive correlated relationship, and the film budget does impact the global cross-sales. However, we can still introduce more variables to explain the commercial success or failure of a movie. We hope that it was fun for you as it was fun for us, and that this answer was also satisfying to you. Enjoy your movie more now, because the investors and their production crews have risked so much for them to be made. Thank you.